Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I will be reviewing patch 11.19 notes. I haven't done this in a while, but I'll be back on the content grind for the foreseeable future. So I'll be streaming basically every day. Yeah, I think every day should be good. And then I'll try to get back on the YouTube uploads, maybe daily or maybe every 2 days, but we'll try for it. Anyways, I know what you guys want to see first. We'll go all the way down here to Ryze. Okay, Ryze got nerfed. Do I think this really changes him as a champion? Probably not. Like, his damage is nerfed a little late game. Like starting level 9 onwards, the nerf will probably be noticeable because I'm assuming I haven't tried it out yet. I'll make a video on trying out the nerf Ryze tomorrow, but I haven't tried him out yet. But level 9, your EQ usually one-shots the caster minions. I'm not sure if it will with this 5% AP ratio nerf. So yeah. Basically what you have to know about this Ryze nerf is his E cooldown is longer by 0.25 seconds at every single rank. So his dueling is going to go down a bit, but I don't think it's too impactful, especially in pro play and like high elo solo queue, challenger solo queue. Ryze isn't really like played to duel that much. He's played to clear the wave, go into river, and roam. Okay, and that is a playstyle you guys should also play for if you're trying to climb in solo queue. So yeah, I don't think this nerf is too big. It doesn't kill Ryze. It's definitely going to impact the lower elo players more than the high elo players because you know, like lower elos, gold, silver, bronze, plat, diamond, people like to fight a lot. And you will notice that your cooldowns come down a lot slower because of this E cooldown nerf. Yeah, keep that in mind, guys. But if you're playing properly, you can still climb on Ryze. So just try to play the map, and Ryze is still really pretty strong, honestly. Okay, Vex is coming out tomorrow. After this video is posted, Vex will be out. Aatrox buff. This is utility. Early game utility. Actually not early game. Well, technically early game because you don't max this until like level 18. So throughout most stages of the game, this is pretty nice. Instead of being a 26-second cooldown, it's a 20-second cooldown. This is a pretty good balanced buff for Aatrox, I'd say. Akali. This is for her laning. 1 extra health regen and a lot more health regen growth. So they're trying to make her a bit more durable in lane. This should definitely help out in her harder matchups, especially in mid lane if she gets a lot more health regen with Door and Shield. And this should be, yeah. I don't think Akali will actually be in meta, especially for champions like LeBlanc and Ryze, who are the top 2 mids right now. But maybe you can use it as a counter pick in pro play. And this should be pretty good for Akali players in solo queue. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Cho'Gath Q, 1 buff, 1 second lower cooldown buff at all ranks. This is pretty big. Maybe we see more Cho'Gath as a tank option in solo queue and at Worlds, maybe. So okay, this buff, you don't have to read this too much. They just reverted the change from last patch, which was a pretty stupid change. What they did instead is they gave him 2-second lower cooldown on his E at max rank. Okay, that's all you have to know. This is the only change. Everything else is a revert. They revert the passive and W and R changes from last patch. So yeah, that means Fizz can spam his E a lot more. If you can somehow get to like 50% CDR, you should have like a 4-second cooldown on your E. But getting there is pretty hard as Fizz. So I don't know if this is good enough to make him back in the meta. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I actually kind of like playing Fizz, but we'll see. Galio W buff. His cooldown goes down as you rank it. This is mostly for like support Galio, you know. So pretty good for support players. He's not really OP or anything. He just needed this because he's just so fucking weak right now. Gragas W damage AP scaling increase. Instead of 60% AP ratio, it's a 70% AP ratio. It doesn't matter too much. This is kind of a similar change as Akali. They just give her 1.5 more extra health regen, so you can sustain the poke a little bit better. Kennen. Kennen has been actually really strong in pro play and solo queue. So they're taking 5% AP ratio away from his Q, just like Ryze, and they're also taking 10 base damage away from his Q. So It just does 10 less damage at all ranks. I still think Kenan's pretty strong. Like, his Q is really nice and all, like you max it first, but his R is what's really pretty strong. Mordekaiser quality life buff. What was this? 4 seconds lower cooldown at first rank, and then it scales into the same cooldown as before. So just early game buff. You usually max E second on Mordekaiser, so you'll definitely feel this for the first like 10 levels. Poppy, all around buff for Poppy. This is pretty good for Poppy. So 3 second lower cooldown on her shield at level 1, and then at level 7, 2 second lower, and then at level 13, 1 second lower. So yeah, so 2 tanks that got buffed this patch, Poppy and Cho'Gath. Maybe we'll see a bit more of them when tanks are necessary in the top lane, but right now the top lane is pretty bruiser heavy meta, so I don't know, probably not. Kiyana changes. Okay, they're trying to make Kiyana a jungler again, so they buffed her Q damage against monsters again, from 25 to 50%. And now her EQ. This is a mechanic. So you guys know how when Kiyana EQs, like you can't dodge it, or at least it used to be like that for the past like 2 years. Now if you're out of range of the Q, like let's say you use a dash or a flash, the Q won't follow you. So Kiyana's not a scripter champion anymore if you're outside of 150 units at the end of her E. So if you're about to get one shot by a Kiyana, make sure you flash away like before her E finishes, and then that way the Q won't follow you. So yeah, Kiyana has to actually think and aim now. Take that, Kiyana mains. Alright, 15 health bonus on Renekton, and then 5 more HP per level. And then they speed up the animation. What they did before the nerf on Renekton is they made it so his W stuns less at empowered. So yeah, so they're trying to make it so the empowered stun doesn't last as long, but Renekton can also like, you know, do things and be not locked out in his animation while doing it. I don't think this will make Renekton that strong, honestly. Maybe he's okay, but I don't think he's OP or anything. We already went over Ryze, as you guys know. This honestly doesn't do shit. 2 second lower cooldown on Sejuani Q at rank 1, and then 10 extra damage at all ranks. Doesn't do shit. I don't think this is too good of a change, honestly. This is pretty big, actually, I'd say. Seraphine ult buff, lower cooldown, 20 seconds at every rank. So she can scrap a lot more now at all phases of the game. Does this make her OP or anything? I don't think we'll go back to Seraphine mid meta. Most definitely not. We won't go back to Seraphine mid meta. So don't worry too much about this. It's not that OP. Alright, and then this is 10 more shield on Sion at all ranks. That's it, just base 10 more. Pretty sure. Yeah, that's all it is. Alright, they're nerfing Sona because like fucking so many Sona players are in like top 50 right now in Challenger and NA, like, and they all popped out of nowhere. Like, they were fucking low LP. Now they're in top 50. Because Sona is fucking OP right now. So they decrease Sona's armor by 2. Make her a little bit more punishable. And then her Q no longer targets enemies Sona cannot see. So if you spam Q, you can't target like, enemies. Like, it's basically a face check for you. And it's not intended to be a face check. So this is good. Less damage slightly on her passive. Just 5 damage at max rank. And holy shit! What? Okay, so her E, so Sona has a passive where if she auto attacks someone, like it can slow them, and apparently it was bypassing the slow reduction effects, meaning if you have like boots of swiftness or anything, like she just full slows the target. Like, what the? No wonder this champion is so broken, man. I hate Sona, dude. Ugh. Alright, Soraka R nerf. Just less healing at all ranks, because she's been overperforming with how OP her R is. Right now it removes all grievous wounds before it applies the heal. So yeah, Soraka's kind of fucking OP right now too. Silas mana buff, just 30 more base mana and then 1 more base mana regen. Doesn't do that much, I'd say. Yeah, doesn't do that much. It's nice, but it doesn't really matter too much, honestly. Okay, and then Varus nerf. Varus is pretty strong in pro play and competitive. Solo queue. 2-second higher cooldown on his Q at max rank. This is big. This is big. This might kill Varus, honestly. So, yeah, Varus nerf very significant, I'd say. Earth is coming back. Some kind of clash for worlds. AFK penalties. Surely you guys aren't AFKers, right? Surely none of my viewers AFK in ranked. I don't gotta go over this. You guys are fine. Unique client. I don't know. I don't think there's anything useful here. Upcoming skins. Vex. Dawnbringer Vex. Dawnbringer Morg. Dawnbringer Yon. Tryndamere. Lilia. Kayn. Kayn. Worlds J4. Very cool. And here's what they look like in game. Alrighty. Yeah, I think that's it for the patch review. I'll be making a video on the Ryze nerfs tomorrow, and I'll be uploading it tomorrow, so look forward to that. We'll see how bad Ryze is. Alright, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.